Hello everybody, today we are going to be resuming the mini library. This is where we left off last time. These little shelves, you put in the same way as these ones, and this one you just put little globs of glue on the corners and then you stick it in. So first things first, we are going to finish this by making the little blue cabinet that goes inside of this cabinet right here. First, what we are going to do is we are going to glue this handle in. So all the materials will be in different bags, but you will know which ones are for the mini blue cabinet because they will be blue. And then for the orange and yellow cabinet, they are orange and with two yellow pieces that look like this. There are many yellow pieces that look like this, but you will know that these ones belong to this cabinet by how thick they are. The other ones are thinner and belong to another cabinet. First, we will glue the handle into place. So we will also be using beads to make it look like the little gel, the part that you gel the handle into. Then right here, this one, and here's the other. We will be using these little mini beads a lot. So it's just good to have them in their bag and to the side. The easiest way to get the beads on is just to put them on the wire ahead of time. And then glue the wire into place, and then put the beads in. You're going to have to cut this piece out of a bigger piece of this invisible or see-through plastic. The size of it is 30 by 80 millimeters. So 3 by 8 centimeters. To put it on, we're going to put 3 little dots of glue on each corner of this blue piece. That is where you will be putting the thin, the see-through plastic layer. There we go. Now what we are going to do is we are going to put this to the side for a little bit, that way it can dry, while we construct the rest of the cabinet. We are going to need 2 blue pieces that look like this and 4 blue pieces that look like this. First things first, you are going to assemble it but not glue it together. That way you know what it will look like and how to assemble it. Next, what you will do is you'll start assembling it. So, to assemble it, there are probably a bunch of different ways that you could do it, but usually I just put some glue on the little things right here, put the side inside of it, push it inside, and then do it on the other side. The ends are probably the most tricky part to get to stay. But you will just, if you use the way that I do it, or by just putting little globs on each side, then it'll still be tricky. You just have to hold it in manually. What?
Does the glue dry fast? What am I doing?
Yeah, this kind of glue dries fast. The other one is more, this one is more like Elmer's glue that's runny and will not dry as quickly as this one will. This is also a stronger kind of glue than the more Elmer's like glue is. Now what we will do is we will glue the cover to the drawer or the thing to the drawer, the cabinet.
You need to clip the handle.
No. If you have any extra little bits that are sticking out of the handle, you can just keep it there and just move it inside of this little cabinet in the middle. And to stick the cabinet, door onto it, all you have to do is like what we did with the thin plastic. You can just put some glue right there. And then just put it on. And now we have a mini blue cabinet. If you want this cabinet to be on like this, you will have to make sure that these little pieces that are the top, the bottom, and the drawers are all the way pushed in. Because if they are not all the way pushed in, it will push this drawer out and cause it to have a little crack in it where light can get through. Now what we will do to put this blue cabinet in, see, it fits pretty snugly. What we can do is, to keep it in there and unable to get out, what we can do is we can put some glue on these edges. Some glue on the edges. And then what we can do is then we can stick it inside of the shelf. might notice how there are big bubbles of glue in the front. What you can do is you can wipe your finger along it, get it off, and then place it on the back. We're going to be working on cabinet 2. This cabinet on the bottom half of the piece of paper. All the pieces over here are what we're going to be needing, including this little piece of wire which I've bended off screen. You're also going to need these little flower-shaped beads and these round ones too. First things first, what we are going to do is, like the blue cabinet, we are going to assemble it first, and then we are going to glue it into place. With this one, you're going to have this little whitish yellow piece. The whitish yellow pieces go at the bottom. And then the orange pieces that match the color of the bookshelf go near the top. And with this bookshelf, like the brown one, there's not a top niche to put another one to cover the top, because we will be using this square one or rectangular one that doesn't have any extras on it to cover the top like this. Now before we do that, we are going to assemble the mini drawers. First things first, we're going to make the little beads or the little cabinet doors for this one. And these little beads are round and gold. And there's only 2 of them, so they should be pretty easy to find. Now we're going to work on this little handle for this cabinet, and we will be doing the same thing that we did for the handle on the blue cabinet. So we will take the little itty bitty flower beads, put them in like we would be putting them on where we will glue them, like this. Put them at the top of the wire, and then put little dots of glue where we're going to stick the wire through. And remember, it's okay to have extra wire sticking out the back, because we will not be seeing the back of it, because this cabinet will be glued to the wall on the base. If you have any extra glue, what you could do is you can wipe it away and put it on somewhere where you're going to be using the glue, like on the cabinet piece. But before we do that, we're going to finish the drawers by putting them on where they're going to go. So you're going to also have this big squarish piece of orange wood, and you are going to put the cabinets on it like this. Everywhere. Like this. To make them look like actual drawers, you're going to have them apart a little bit. Now that we're done with this, we're just going to put it to the side and let it dry a little bit. And now we're going to start working on this. And since you've already assembled it, all you have to do is just glue it together. To put the last piece on, I'm just going to put little lines on the top like this, and just press it in. Now, this piece that we put to the side earlier to dry is going to go right on the bottom right here. But before we do that, we're going to turn it over. That way the little pieces aren't showing. And then the spot that we put it is going to be inside a little bit, since the yellow ones are actually they're not as big as the orange ones. They're just a little bit thinner. Like I said earlier, we're only going to put glue on the whitish yellow pieces, and then we're going to put the square piece with the drawers on, and then we'll be done with the orange yellow cabinet, or cabinet 2.